This is from Discussing Film, a tweet that the Russo brothers are coming back to Marvel Studios on various fronts. It says, various fronts. The first priority will be directing both Avengers sequels. Well, shoot, if you gonna come and direct both Avengers sequels, then it's easy to say that the MCU is back. Hey, especially after watching Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool and Wolverine is a huge W. Then we got the news that the Russo brothers is back? Hold on. You mean to tell me Joe and Anthony Russo are coming back to the MCU, not to just, on various fronts, which means they could possibly be mini Kevin Feige's with getting producer credit on all things, getting power above decision-making in the MCU, production credit. And you got them directing both of the Avengers movies? Well, shoot. I'm going to keep it a stack. That's great news. This is the best news that the MCU could get outside of Disney being sold, Marvel being sold away from Disney to another company. Because these men right here know how to make a superhero film. They're proven. And they did have a little bit of a fumble. They're not perfect. They had a fumble with Infinity War and Endgame. They made decisions in 2018 with Infinity War that they could not fix with Endgame because they filmed those movies back to back, which means that they couldn't make adjustments. But I think they did well. I think they did very well, man, with the money that they made. They also directed Captain America Civil War, and they directed Captain America the Winter Soldier. These are the best movies in the MCU. Like, if you look at people's top five, what's your top five? When you bring up a top five, you can't tell me Civil War's not in it. Heck, you can't tell me that Winter Soldier's not in it. You can't tell me that one of those Endgame or Infinity War movies, or both of them, ain't in it. So we're talking about potentially 4 of your top 5 movies were directed by the same guys. How is this not a W for the MCU? This is an actual W. This is monumentous, because, mind you, if I'm not mistaken, it was the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania director who was this guy, wasn't it him? Wasn't he gonna be the one that was gonna direct Avengers 5? The director or the writer for Quantumania was going to direct the Avengers Kang Dynasty. That's what it was called, right? Avengers Kang Dynasty. They canceled Jonathan Majors. They hoed him. They fired him unlawfully, in my opinion. And they changed the name. They got rid of the director, and they balled it up and threw it in the trash. Just like they balled up and threw in the trash Mahershala Ali's Blade film twice. They're going through their 3rd redo with that Blade movie, that PG-13 Blade movie. But if I'm not mistaken, this is the guy who was supposed to make that show down. So if you're replacing him with them, that's a dub. Shout out to Juan Chavez for that dub donation. I appreciate you for that, Black Panther. Rest in peace to the king, please. Put your purple and black hearts in the sky for the fallen one that is T'Challa. Always representing right here on Jody's Corner, purple and black hearts up in the sky for the man. He says, Jody, happy Friday, OG. Happy Friday. He says, they are coming to save Marvel. I can't wait to see Deadpool and Wolverine tomorrow. Much blessings. Have a great weekend. You have a great weekend as well. Yeah, man, I think that you're really going to enjoy Deadpool and Wolverine. There's going to be a lot of awesome moments in there for you to enjoy and remember for all time. That Deadpool and Wolverine backed by this news, as there's a ton of purple and black hearts in the sky from Ty Smith, Christian Black, Ghost, William Stevenson, Johnson, my girl Trixie, Kashawn Herrings. Shout out to y'all for doing that for me. You have these guys, which is bringing more news to the MCU. Ladies and gentlemen, it is easy to watch Deadpool and Wolverine and be like, whoo, the MCU is back, baby. Yeah, Wolverine and Deadpool did it. Yeah, the MCU's on top. MCU's on top. Scheme, scheme, pot, pot. I'm coming for that #1 spot. It's real easy to do that. I feel y'all. But no. No. Deadpool and Wolverine is not enough to save the MCU. Just like many other movies, you need more than that. After seeing Deadpool and Wolverine, was it possible? I never said that it was possible because I don't think that you could anchor everything on one movie in the MCU like that at that time. What Wonder Woman did was a little different because everything was trash, and to get that awesome breath of fresh air is what the DC needed to stay alive. So, no, Deadpool and Wolverine is not universe saving, but this could be. I think this is. If they're back on board, if these guys are involved with making your next 2 Avengers movies, and what makes me even more hopeful is this word here. They're back on various fronts. That's so open-ended, but the fan in me, the executive in my brain thinks that they're gonna be given. I believe so. Let me give you a history lesson on what happened between the Russo brothers and Marvel. After Infinity War and Endgame, it was very tasking on them, and they didn't want to be simply known as directors for the MCU. They very much wanted a Feige-esque type of deal. They wanted to have creative control over the next future projects that they were going to be involved in. The Russo brothers said, listen, it was been a great run, but unless we're able to do what we want, and if you guys are fans, if you guys remember, you know what these 2 Avengers movies are going to be about. Because Joe and Anthony Russo said back in like 2019, if we can't do Secret Wars, we're not going to do anything. That's what they said. They wanted to do Avengers Secret Wars. And now that they actually are here, the 2 Avengers movies that they're going to make, I'm pretty sure are going to be Secret Wars. 100%. I got 100% on that. The Russo brothers' next 2 Avengers movies is going to be Secret Wars involved with all type of mutants, bro. They're bringing the mutants. Kevin Feige is tasking them to bring mutants into the MCU, to bring the X-Men into the MCU. These are the guys, the proven guys that will bring X-Men, mutants, and the new phase that we all needed, not this fake woke agenda-based bull trash that they put for phase 4 and phase 5. No. They're bringing it back to phase 3, phase 2, and maybe even a little phase 1. These gentlemen are going to do Avengers Secret Wars. They're tasked for the big goal. And Feige finally caved, because back then he didn't want to cave. He didn't want to give up creative control to the Russos. He very much saw them as, look, you guys are great, but you guys are just directors, okay? Do what I say. I have a different idea. Kevin Feige had an idea in his head. I'm going to go fake woke. I'm going to bring more women. I'm going to introduce all female counterparts of every male counterpart and make it called Young Avengers with female team, with an all-female team. Trash Kevin Feige. You got to hold that L, bro. We see what you're doing and we see what you tried to do. And now you're going to pivot, which is great. But still, take this goddamn L for what you put us through. Now you're fixing it up. Now you're saying, freak it. Even though I didn't want to give you guys, let you guys do what y'all want to do. Here's 2024. We suck. The fans don't like us. We're not making money. We're losing money. The jig is up. All right. He made the call. He ate the humble pie. Yum, 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 yum. Boop, 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 boop. Made that call to Anthony and Joe Russo. Consuela, yeah. Can you get Joe? I still no Joe here. Oh, is Anthony there? See, I got them on the phone, and you ate that humble pie and asked them, begged them to come back. And I'm gonna tell you, Anthony and Joe Russo were watching. They were watching this the entire time, guys. They saw the MCU falling apart without them. They were laughing. They were making movies for Netflix, biding their time. They were working with Chris Hemsworth with Extraction, the other movie that they did with freaking Chris. They're making money on the side. They chilling, waiting for the ship to sink further and further and further beneath the surface. And it worked. Because now all they had to do was wait until Kevin Feige came back to them. And do you think for a mother freaking second that these freaking Russo brothers didn't say, oh, we'll come back and direct both of your Avengers movies? Yeah, sure. But I'm going to need more than that. Kevin Feige, huh? What do you mean need more? Or how about you can cast who you want for Silver Surfer and for Blade? Oh, okay, thanks, Kevin Feige. Thanks, Feige. That's awesome. All right, guys, have a good one. We're going to need more than that. More than that, huh? Yeah, bro. Give me your job. We need creative control, creative input, not total control because Feige still has it. But I think Feige needed to give them a little more wiggle room, more rope, and more creative control for them to come back. That's why this various fronts is there. It's not just about directing. I don't think that at this point, the bargaining chips are on their field. They have home court advantage. They use this time watching the MCU sink for them to be able to say, well, I need a lot more than that. When I make a deal with somebody, and they deny it, I'm like, all right. And when I go move on and I get better, and then you fail and you get worse, and then you call and bring me to the table to say, hey, let's do that deal, bruh. Remember that deal you wanted 2 years ago? Let's do it. I'm doing good. You're doing bad. No, I'll need that original deal. Plus, give me that too. What? I need this. No, I need that now. Give me that and this. You didn't want to make the deal when the time was right, when it was fair. Now I need all your shit. Man, that's a lot, man. All right, I'm walking the freak away. Okay. All right, I'll do it. That's exactly what's going on here, bro. That's what's going on here. Freaking Feige's like, you know, that humble pie tastes good, don't it, Feige? God dang. I wish I was a fly on the wall in the room of the Russo brothers when they got that call from Feige, smirking at each other in tandem and looking at each other in tandem. Synchronizing like a mother freaker, laughing, chuckling in sync. Ha 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 ha. Lined up perfectly. God damn. I bet she was fire. This right here is exactly why the MCU can come back. And this right here is exactly why I am stopping. I am stopping my campaign that the MCU is now doomed to fail and the MCU's dead and it's over, because this is a MCU universe-changing pivot that can, and I believe will, turn the MCU around, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for the MCU, bro. Let's hear it for the MCU. I am no longer dog walking on the MCU. I am now back to the point where I'm giving the MCU, if this is true, obviously. If this isn't true, it's all out the window. But if this is true, I am no longer on a hate campaign because they're bullshit they're making. You know, I understand that they're going to be making bullshit movies because even when the Russos was here, bullshit would come out. I'm celebrating the MCU formula of old. MCU phase 1, 2, and 3. That to come back, to return. Because that was enough for me, and it was enough for a lot of you guys. So, I see MCU reboot. That's great. If that's the decision that they do choose to make, then that's fine. But I'm not necessarily for or against the reboot. I want the reboot, but if they don't want to do the reboot and they can fix it, I trust them. I think that they can fix it, or they could reboot it, whatever it be. I trust them to do it. There was nobody at Feige. I don't trust Feige anymore. Feige we trust is over, because he showed that he's a part of what Elon Musk would say, the woke mind virus. He's plugged into the Matrix. He's a whipping boy. He's afraid of being canceled. We don't need people like that running Marvel. We need creatives, also men with balls who can say no to women. And I'm going to go ahead and bring that back. Remember what I said about women and the viewership. You give women 100% power over a genre that men dominate, and you expect that to not have negative consequences. What the freak is up with you, Feige? The L is yours. I could get mad at Bob Iger all I want. Bob Iger doesn't give a shit about nothing. Feige, you have full control over what you do over Marvel, and you shut the bed, friend. But these guys right here are proven. These guys have proven to me, based off of their films, that they can make it happen, bro. I F's with them. And because they're on, and if this is true, and if they are on board and back in the MCU on all these fronts, I trust in them. I am no longer down on the MCU like this shit is trash, is not gonna know, because this is great news. This is great news. Juan Chavez with a $10 donation getting me on my way to my goal. That one, it counts as 1 of 15. Was gonna be funny. Live every Monday, 3 p.m. I'm going to be doing push-ups if we get 14 more super chats of $10 or more. People don't think I can do push-ups, man. People don't think that I can do 5 or 10 push-ups because I'm 360 pounds. Boy, I'm strong under here, bro. I could drop 10 like it ain't nothing. My friends don't believe me. I know some of y'all probably don't believe me. Well, if we hit that threshold, I'm going to be doing some push-ups. He says they are like Thor showing up in Infinity War to save the day. You're absolutely freaking right. That's exactly what they are. And I got to tell you, as an MCU fan, as a Marvel fan that I am, I'm a true fan, not a fanboy. This is nothing but great news. This is nothing but great news. You can't spin this to be bad. Try and try again. You cannot spin this to be bad news. This is nothing but great. And I'm really, really happy in the MCU for this, especially coming off of that Deadpool and Wolverine. So the mutant era has officially started, and the Russo brothers are going to be the ones to take us there.